Hello, fourth graders. Today we're continuing with our modeling. We're continuing with our modeling for multiplication, and we're gonna be learning more strategies to help us understand how to do these higher type of multiplication problems. Now, in today's lesson, so we're looking at lesson 7, we're going to represent 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication using partial products. Now, remember, using partial products is going to be the main part of our lesson today. So when you're doing your work, please make sure that you use partial products to help you understand how the multiplication problem works. Okay, and I'll get a little bit more into that as soon as we get into our concept. Okay? Now, just a couple things to remember. Throughout our previous lessons, we've used several terms, and I want us to go back to these terms. They are units, which we know are ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands places. A digit, which is a single number from 0 to 9. Okay, and then a value, which is how much each digit is worth. So the value depends on the digit and the units. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a little bit. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? All right. For this problem set, or for our lesson, we're looking at one single concept, and it is representing partial products, okay? And so for this problem, we're going to represent 2 times 23, okay? And I have drawn a place value chart right here just to help you see the units for each of the numbers and how much they're worth. So as we can see here for our tens, we have 2 tens, okay, and we have 3 ones. So the digit here is a 2 in a tens place, and that equals 20. The 3 is in the ones place, so we have 3 of them. The value of that 3 equals 3. Because when we add 20 plus 3, we get 23. Now you must be thinking, Mr. Ray, how does this relate to multiplication? Well, when we do our multiplication, so if we have 23 times 2, in reality, what we're doing is taking each number from the right side and bringing it down. So what do I mean by that? Here, we're going to have our 2, so this is our factor, and we're multiplying it by our 3 ones here. So this is factor, so this is based on the place value. Okay, sorry if you can't read that. That's place value. So now we're going to start with just this spot. 3 times 2. So what is 3 times 2? Well, if we have one group of 3 here and we want to add another group of 3 to make it 2 groups, we have 6. Okay? Now we're going to move on to the next set. This 2 is in the tens place. Okay? So that's actually going to have a value of 20. Because remember, if there's 2 tens, that means the value is 20. So now we're going to have 2 times 20. And what's that going to equal? Well, we know 2 times 0 is going to be 0. Okay, because that's a multiple of 10. We just need to put the 0, right? We've done that in our previous lessons. And then we have 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 equals 4. And then now all we do is we're going to add each of these products together. It's going to be 46. Now, why do they call it partial products? Okay, they call it partial products because we're taking part of each number. So for instance, we have our 3 times 2 right over here. We're working with our ones place just to get that 6. Then we're going to work with our tens place. So we're going to have our 2 times 20, which is going to be represented right here, which equals 40. Once we finish each of the numbers, we need to add up all of the partial products to get our whole product. In this case, our product is going to be 46. Okay, I'm going to do one more as an example. So let's represent 3 times 42. Okay. Now this time, if we want to write out a unit chart, we can. But that's up to you if you need that or not, okay? So we know that in 42, there are 4 10s and 2 1s. Now, if we're going to do 42 times 3, we're basically going to have 3 groups of 4 10s plus 3 groups of 2 1s. So, I'm going to do it in red again. So we're going to start with our 1s. 3 times 2, that means we're going to have 3 groups of 2 here. And that equals 2, 4, 6. Okay? And remember, please make sure you write down on the side that this is 2 times 3. Just like we did up here. It helps to make sure that you're solving for the correct problem. Okay? Now, we have 4 10s, and we want to have our 3 groups of 4 10s. So I'll circle that in purple. So now we're going to have 4, 8, 12. So that's 12 10s. And if we count 12 times 10, we know that's going to be 120. Okay, so we know 40 times 3 equals 120. Now we can add it all up together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus nothing is 2. 1 plus nothing is 1. So 42 times 3 equals 126. All right? Now is the time for you to try this on your own. I want you to write down this equation on your piece of paper or in your notebook, and I want you to try to solve 4 times 54 by using partial products. Remember, if you need to draw a place value chart to help you solve it, go ahead, but I need to make sure that you understand that we show partial products, which would look like this. Remember, we're breaking down each digit into its numerical value based on its unit, okay? So what I meant by that, we're taking each digit, like this was the 3 digit, it is in the ones place, so it counts for 3 1s. So that equals 3. This 2 is in the tens place, and so that 2 10s will have a value of 20, okay? So make sure you try that here with 4 times 54, okay? Pause the video right now, give it a try, and then press play when you're ready to check your answer with me. All right, so let's go check our work and see if our answers are going to be correct or if they're matching, okay? So we're going to have 54 times 4. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my ones place. So I know that 4 times 4, that equals 16. So if I count 4, 8, 12, 16. All right. Next, I have 5 times 4, but that's 5 10s times 4. So 5 10s equals 50. So we're going to have 50 times 4. And look, we have that multiple of 10. So we know that if we're just multiplying with a multiple of 10, we could put the 0 right there. Now we just have 5 times 4. What's 5 times 4? 5 times 4 equals 20. And then now we just add it all up together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus nothing is 2. So our answer is going to be 216. All right. Now, in your problem set, you're going to see that it's going to ask you to do place value charts, but you don't have to do that, okay? All I'm going to ask you to do is do it with partial products. Hold on. Sorry, excuse me. So you don't have to worry about the place value chart, but if you want to, you can. Okay, because if it helps you understand how to do it, go for it. For instance, with 6 times 41, we know you're going to have 4 tenths and 1 1, which means you're going to have 41 times 6. That's going to be 6 times 1 and 6 times 40. I'm not showing you the answers. Okay? So you could use the place value chart if you want. You could just use the numbers to help you. But I want to make sure you do partial products, okay? If you need any help, please make sure you let me know through a message, and I will make sure to help you out or make a video to help you understand it a little bit easier, okay? Good luck. Take care.